Dan Git Show.
Git, you ever look outside and think, wow, this reminds me of a game I played one time?
That's kind of sad, actually.
Maybe so, but okay, I don't know where I'm going with that, but do you remember what happened exactly a year ago? Maybe.
Guessing a review?
Frogger. My first review. Frogger.
Okay, yeah.
That's what happened. I remember it like it was a year ago.
Nope.
Okay, yeah. You know, it's like they say though. With every frog, they need a sequel to their game.
Who says that?
And I just think that, you know, I need to play a sequel to that Frogger game. And I happen to have it.
Wait, what? Ow!
Frogger 2. Hey Git, where's the booklet? The manual.
Your childhood self probably lost it.
Okay. I guess I'll just do the other thing. Frogger 2 Swampy's Revenge was released around 3 years after its predecessor. And unlike its predecessor, which was released on a lot of different systems, the second one was released on a little bit fewer systems. There was going to be an N64 version of the game, but it got cancelled before it was released. And even though this game is called Frogger 2, it's actually the fourth in the series. There was the original arcade one, then there was another Frogger 2 called Frogger 2 3 Deep, and then years later, that's when the PS1 one came out. You know, this is actually the second 2 in the series, and you know, even though it's fourth, you know, 2 plus 2 is 4, 2 times 2 is 4, there's gotta be some deep, dark secret to this whole thing, some kind of deep meaning. It means something, or it just happens to be that way. This game was a little more praised by critics, and a lot more praised by critics, at least with companies like IGN. Apparently this one was a massive improvement over the first one, but I may have a little bit of a different opinion, and I know how the internet loves opinions. Let's get started. Water? So the select screen is actually pretty cool. I have to say, it's actually a lot better than the first one. It's more interactive and looks like Frogger's more prepared to do stuff. Alright, let's get right into...
Wait, hold on.
What?
Who the hell is Swampy?
Oh yeah. That doesn't explain much, does it?
I mean, I kinda get it.
So apparently this hideous Dr. Seuss reject was pretty mad at Frogger for jumping on him. And so he wants to get revenge on him. From what I understand. Well, at least it was a better story than what this one had to offer. Our first stop for today is training. Oh, no, okay, I thought we were gonna have like a montage or something. Oh well. We need to get you ready. Need some protein here. And apparently you can eat fish and just about anything around you. Also, burp humor, because this is way before fart humor took over and abused everything in comedy. Well, it looks like Frogger actually saves the frogs this time. We all know what happened in the first one. Frogger has some new moves in this game, such as being able to double jump, which would later become a long jump in the later series. Being able to see yours and the baby frog's croaks, which is actually really helpful. But he did lose the ability to change the camera around, but that's okay because the game was built around it. Alright, we've completed training. Let's see what's next. Huh. Interesting little change here from what happened in the first one. Gotta say, the graphics are actually pretty decent for a, well, this was a late PS1 game. So since Swampy couldn't get revenge on Frogger by running him over with a truck, he decides to kidnap the babies. Which, you know, don't worry, Frogger and Lily are on this. They definitely notice that their kids are getting kidnapped, and they're definitely gonna do something about it, right? Right? Okay, here they go. Boy, they would make great parents. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, all these little baby frogs are actually Lily's brothers and sisters. So Swampy doesn't pay attention, and his bag rips, and that's how all the frogs get out here. I guess not paying attention is kind of a theme in this game. Level 1, the garden. Oh yeah, here's a fun little thing you can do. If you keep pressing the square button while it's loading, you can cause that to happen. Now, I'm no garden expert, but I'm pretty sure this isn't a very good looking garden. And don't worry, they toned down the violence in this game, because all you do is swell up. Fatality. Yeah, that totally belongs in a garden. One of the cool things about rescuing the baby frogs is that if you die, they actually serve as a checkpoint, so you'll appear where you rescued them. Okay, next cutscene.
Her eyes just rolled back, man.
So to change things up a bit, they have you use other characters, like Lily. Of course, she's just about the only other character using the story, but you know. Every character basically does the same thing, they just look and sound different. Sometimes the baby frogs will be sitting on something that will cause something to happen. Like this. Yet another Indiana Jones reference.
And you were saying that like you were reading straight from a script.
Anyway. Oh, I should probably mention these coins that I keep getting. Every level has 25 coins in it. And every time you get all 25, by the time you beat the level, you unlock something, like a stage or eventually a character. So the next stage has to do with minecarts, explosions, and acid, I guess. Funny thing about this level is a long time ago, it took me forever to figure out where to go. Obviously I wasn't thinking that much, I didn't know to go this way. So at this point, Swampy's wanting to get in one of these rocket ships, but he can't get in because of this weird gate thing. Obviously, he could probably just use his tail to... Wait. Damn, Swampy! Maybe you should be careful with what you're trying to use right now. Maybe you want to keep him alive and well, for whatever you want to do. Oh, and there happens to be 2 of these rocket ships. I wonder what for. One thing you might have noticed about these levels is that they are very linear. The previous one had more exploration and more things to find while you were looking for the baby frogs. Sure, you were on a time limit, but it was still pretty cool to find things. There are a couple levels that are supposed to kind of feel like the previous ones' levels, and there is a little bit of exploration in some of the levels, but they just didn't do as good of a job at it. Oh, who am I kidding? This game is awesome. It'd be to say the previous one was better. While there are some downgrades in this one, and I still found the previous one to be much better than what critics gave it, I still feel like this one is just a little bit better in terms of what it has. It may have been nostalgia that kept me from realizing that this one's the better one. And besides that, people who haven't played these games before would probably think that this one's better too.
Spoiler crap or whatever.
After Frogger and Lily meet back up, they try to activate a rocket. When they succeed, Frogger goes into space, and you later find out that Lily was with him. Then Frogger runs into Swampy at one point, and he activates some portal, and Swampy goes through the portal or whatever, and things like that happen. There was a lot that I skipped, but I don't want to spoil everything for you. Then Swampy ends up in this haunted house place, which I can never figure out if it's actually his house or if he was just able to build a lair pretty fast in there. Frogger then has to go through the same graveyard that looks completely different now, while having to avoid things like spiders, ghosts, disembodied zombie hands and feet, and frog knights with bloody axes. This is a kid's game? Once Frogger and Lily reach the house, and Frogger makes his hand go through the door knocker, and Frogger makes a special face. Lily falls through a trap door. She could die from this, but all Frogger's response is, well, I'll see you later. You know, you could be dead, but that's life. Ah, the near-perfect Michael Bay kitchen. Once Frogger gets through this sorta tricky haunted house, he ends up riding on this random log with this random river, or whatever. He finds Lily, and he does the most intelligent thing ever. Instead of rescuing her, he just gets in the cage with her. Swampy is then about to unfold his evil plan. I'm not exactly sure what it is. The frogs either being toys, or games, or... I'm not really sure. They're all alive, but I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what could have helped you there, Frogger. Well, since they're both trapped and these frogs are trapped, looks like this frog is gonna be the one you use for the last level. Huh, the good, the Tad, and the ugly, you know, supposed to be, because his name was Tad, you know. Don't worry, Tad is a trained professional. Besides, they wouldn't kill like children on here or anything. One of the things that's pretty different about this level, other than the fact that you're not using Frogger or Lily, is the fact that there's no baby frogs to rescue right now. Well, there is, but not in the level itself. And I completely forgot to mention that there's power-ups in this game. There's one that makes you hop fast, or makes you automatically hop, and you just hold the button and all that stuff. After Tad makes it through the level, he eventually does this with the machine. It's actually really funny. They all find the rest of the frogs, or all of them I guess. The place starts to fall apart, and the frogs just kinda stay and celebrate for a little bit. They somehow get out before the place explodes. And that's about it. Swampy yells, but I mean, you know, that shows the sun and the graveyard and the frogs. And then the whole credit scene happens. The end. I'm not going to be getting into all of it, but there are a lot of cool extras, including something, if you get all the coins in the game, you unlock the ability to basically get rid of a lot of enemies by eating them, I guess. They basically become Kirby. So, in the end, Frogger 2 Swampy's Revenge for PS1 gets a 43 out of 50. Well, that's the end of this review. So Git, what's gonna be the next Frogger game?
Why don't you go check your shelf and find out?
Okay. Stuff in the way. Let's see here. This thing gotta be around here. So, oh, here it is.